Yo, it's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about women will stare at you on semen retention. Here's why. The reason why some women will stare at you when you go on semen retention is because you're becoming someone of value. This can't get any easier nowadays. When you go on semen retention, what you're inherently telling people is that you're a capable being. And because of this, people will treat you accordingly. The reason this is because if you treat yourself as just some sort of person people treat you based off how you feel about yourself. So if you're unconfident, if you're just someone who's not really intriguing, you're not a catch, people will treat you accordingly. I was watching this one video, and then it was an attractive woman who was on average guy's Tinder, and basically seeing like the results that he gets and how pretty much it was pretty difficult for him to even land a date, land a conversation, and anything like that. And to the common person, to the common man, the average man, nowadays, it is getting increasingly difficult to land dates and all these things. This is what you have to realize. You have to realize this on a subconscious level, that it's getting harder as a man to land dates, land anything nowadays. So what can you do? We can either sit about it and complain and pout and get the same thing, or we can adapt to the new reality and change and just start increasing ourselves, changing ourselves in order to get these things. This is probably the best thing that we can do. The common man loves to complain. They love to complain. At this point, like me complaining really does not make any sense to me. You got to be a person who takes action regardless of how you feel. You have to. This is the only way. If you really want results, I know guys want results. They want results in their business. They want results in their finances. They want results in their relationships. They want results any way how. And the best way to get results is to do consistent habits. Be consistent. You're very close to manifesting your vision. Just how you kind of have to look at it. You have to look at it like this. Guys complain way so much, but realize once you keep complaining, you'll stay the same. If you complain, you stay the same. The more you complain, the more you'll stay the same. I don't even understand what's the point of complaining? Because complaining means you're defeated. Complaining means you don't have an answer. You're not solution oriented. And as a man, you have to have solutions to problems. So complaining is a woman trait. Women complain, men solve the problems. And semen retention in this case can be sort of a problem solver, compounded with other good habits. Just because one, you're becoming, like I said, you're becoming more masculine. You're increasing your testosterone. And now because of this, you tolerate less BS. You want your core self. You only start making decisions based off what your core self wants. And this is the best way to live your life, your authentic self. How your authentic self really wants to live. This is how you start living your life. You have to do it because your authentic self equals your soul. Your soul, you're making decisions based off what your deep-rooted desires are. You're not living some sort of facade for anybody else, because you can live like this, but you're not truly going to be 100% that happy. Your cup isn't going to be full, just because there's a lot of things that you can't be living for someone else. You can't be keeping up with the Joneses, because at the end of the day, the Joneses, the people, they're going to go to sleep, and you're the one who has to live with yourself. You have to make these decisions for yourself. You have to do it for yourself, because at the end of the day, it's pretty much about you. You have to realize that usually 24/7, you're pretty much, for the most part, you're alone. You're in your own thoughts. You're in your own body. you're living alone. So like you're pretty much alone in your thoughts most of the time. No one can enter your thoughts for you. So you have to do things that are consciously right for yourself, because only you can know yourself the most. You have to. This is how you can get ahead. This is how you can feel centered. This is how you feel centered about your life. The reason why people have like they call it chakras and stuff like that. The reason why people they can't express themselves as much is because their throat chakra is quote unquote blocked. It's blocked, so they can't express themselves. They can't communicate effectively, and this is a big problem. You have to fix these things. These things have to be fixed if you want to be the best version of yourself. If you want to live a fruitful life, you want to live a very truthful life. You have to live. So when you go on retention, women in general probably will stare at you just because you're probably becoming more. People feel this on a subconscious level, that you're becoming attractive. You're becoming attractive. They feel as if you're attractive in your own way, and people feel this on a subconscious level, and now they have to treat you accordingly. This is how I've seen it. When I've gone on retention, compounded with doing good habits for myself, I've noticed people stare, look, want to have proximity, get near to me, and all of these things. This is how people treat you when you decide to retain plus work out. Because also another reason why I stress working out so much is because you can go on retention for as long as you want, but if you're not working out, allows the energy, the built up energy, to go through your entire body, to express itself throughout your entire body. And if you just sit there and are dormant, you're not going to get the same effects. You're not going to get the same effects. You have to move your body. This is how you can fully let retention express itself throughout the body, so you can be your most potent version. You can be your most expressful, your highest expression. You can show off your most expressive self. If you don't move, it's gonna sit down below in your nutsack, and eventually you're gonna relapse. Eventually, I've noticed there's a correlation between not doing anything all day and relapsing, and feeling a little bit less happier than you should be. Because the human body was not made to sit inside 24/7. It's made to express itself. It's made to get sunlight. It's made to interact with others. It's made to express emotion. So if you're like inside getting synthetic sunlight 24/7, you're not going to be as happy as possible. And this is going to express itself in other areas of your life. You're going to have a dark aura about you. You're just going to express yourself as someone who's just dark. You're not really sure what their emotions are. It's in terms of like woman attraction, like being mysterious is a good thing, is a one thing. But if it comes off across as just creepy and just very dark and mysterious, this may not hold so well to a certain type of people. It has to come across as you're expressing yourself in a mysterious way, but in a good light. Because nowadays people are crazy. No one knows exactly what is happening at any time. People have to be on guard 24/7. So she'll start staring at you because you're just expressing yourself subconsciously. You're expressing yourself as a man who is capable, who is authentic. And when you get the chance, express yourself and speak to the person that you want to be with. Like I said, you need to express yourself in a lot of areas of your life. You have to express yourself. Your values have to be carried out in every aspect of your life. Your values have to be carried out in every aspect of your life. This is how you can get the most fulfilling life as possible. Because if you're not doing that, there's some area of you that's going to be maybe a bit more depressed. And once this happens, you're just not going to be as authentic. This is going to carry out in other areas of your life. It has to. People are mysterious. They're inside. They're not expressing themselves. They're timid. They're shy. The reason why people, they're laughing all the time. They're never really serious. They're just always taking things, they're just laughing 24/7. They're always just giggling and smiling 24/7. There's a time and place for everything, but sometimes you just have to be focused. You have to be centered. You have to be intentional. This is how you can get ahead. Because if you're doing this so many times, how can people really take you seriously? You have to take yourself seriously. There's a time and place for everything. There's a time to be laughable. There's a time to be super intentional and focused. This is how you have to look at yourself. This is how you have to look at it. And when you go on retention, things are becoming naturally easier for you, because the bottom line is when you go on retention, your intuition is largened. And since you've been on retention for a while, you know what to do in the right moment in any situation to get the best out of somebody else. Other people are not keen to this emotional awareness, and this is why they lack in life. This is why they lack in life. If you have questions, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. We will see you in the next one.